Today, Stormwatch. We visited the fascinating firefighting program at the Oak Creek campus. We head to Discovery World to learn more about the historic Les Paul exhibit. We also visit the MATC Tutoring Center down at the downtown campus. And for this week's Student Spotlight, we followed Sang Laura, a student in the Biomedical Technology program. All that and more on today's Stormwatch.
Hello and welcome to today's installment of Stormwatch. I'm your host, Gavin Weitzer, and joining me today is Amanda Schmidt, a student tutor who works for the marketing department here at MATC. Hello, Amanda, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Gavin.
As a supplementary instructor, Amanda helps students who may fall short of academic success. She helps students achieve their goals, whether it's for advertising, economics, or computer-related topics. Thank you, Amanda, for all you do.
You're welcome, Gavin. I enjoy doing what I do.
Biomedical technology is one of the many courses offered here at MATC. In today's Student Spotlight, Steve Palick highlights Sang Laura and his journey to earning his degree in this field.
The program I'm in is biomedical technology, and I plan to graduate in spring of 2013 actually. I chose the biomedical program because I know that they can, well, a lot of jobs have been shipped out and stuff like that, and I wanted a trade where I know I'm going to be secure with a job. And I decided to come back to MATC just because I've been job hopping, doing a lot of landscape foundry work, and after 12 years of doing that, found out it wasn't for me, and I needed a trade, needed a skill to exceed, in life. This is my first semester in this my technical studies, and I'm learning a lot about current and just basic current and voltage. Right now we're getting into the oscilloscope sine waves, and we've been using a lot of the multimeters to find out our DC and AC voltages. I'm starting to learn how to use this program we call multi-sim, where you can hook up a whole bunch of different meters on there to verify what you're doing is true on the circuits and stuff like that. This lab is really, really helpful, especially with Mr. Ramirez here. And you get a lot of one-on-one time with the instructor, and he's always got extra help here. And then, you come as you please and you learn at your pace where you're not being rushed. So it helps a lot for a person who's trying to actually pick up the skills and keep it here, I don't think my career goals would be possible without these skills I'm learning right now. My career goal is to actually just graduate with a good GPA and get out in the field. I really won't know what I'm dealing with until I get my hands on and get into my intern, hopefully by fall 2012. I'm very pleased to come back after being out and checking out all the jobs out there and being out in the job. These jobs with no skills that you can teach anybody to do, and just waking up every morning and not wanting to go there. This is definitely where I belong. My dream job would actually be to be an engineer in my field, in the biomedical field, and design circuits and be the person to design these things and work for a big company, so that's the goal, that's my plan.
Wow, that was interesting. Now I know a little more about biomedical technology. Now, this next story is about MATC Times. Andrew Ilk has the story about upcoming events and activities that the Times will be covering.
My name is Nick Petrinos. I'm a photographer with the MATC Times newspaper. I'm a photo student as well. We have a couple events coming up that I'm taking special note of to cover for the Times. April 28th, we have the Native American Student Movement, which is called NASM. It's an organization at MATC. They're going to have a demonstration, a dance demonstration on April 28th. That's going to be at 12 noon in the first floor atrium of the S building. The Native American Student Movement is an organization that's open to all Native American students. They also have a powwow coming up at State Fair on May 7th as well, which I'll be photographing. The powwow is a very traditional thing for Native American students. They have a lot of dancing. This particular powwow is going to be a dance contest powwow. And there'll be a lot of Native American foods there, as well as displays and vendors and things like that. So it's really a worthwhile event to go to for any student as well.
My name's Noel Tanner. I'm a graphic designer for the MATC Times. Been in the position since this fall and worked quite a bit with Sarah Aguado, our editor-in-chief. And what we want to be involved with a lot this semester is getting the students actually involved in a lot of our activities. Last semester we had a really big event where we had people talking about suicide prevention and awareness, and we're continuing this with our new Pieces play. It's a story about 6 people who are dealing with depression, plotting suicide, and generally have mental problems. And the story is how each one of these people had these problems and how they overcame all their difficulties. MATC Times is really proud that we're going to be bringing these people in to producing this play, and not only are we providing them an outlet to get in touch with the students and talk about these important issues, also went through and created a lot of the media that they will be using every time they'll be doing this play from here on out. So there's kind of a nice hybrid of work inside and outside the classroom. The photos we did, which you will see around the school pretty soon, if not already, were put together by myself and Jim, and there's actually me in the straitjacket. We're really excited about it. It should be really cool. This is, again, one of the things that MATC Times specifically trying to do is just get in contact with the students, outreach them, get us to give stories and talk about stuff that's relevant to the student body. And I think with Bob and Sarah, with many of the other staff members, we realize it's really important for us to get involved and help be a voice for the students.
That sounded exciting. I'm glad I joined the Times staff. Looks like we have a lot to cover.
We sure do, Gavin, but I am sure you can handle it.
Do you know who Les Paul was? If not, take a trip with us to Discovery World, where an exhibit awaits, and we can learn more about this great musician. Jeff Lottie has the story.
Les Paul, a pioneer in the development of the electric guitar. From the Beatles to Aerosmith and beyond, music has forever changed thanks to Les Paul. Here at Discovery World, they highlight the man behind the guitar.
This is the Les Paul House of Sound here at Discovery World. The way this exhibit came to be is our executive director, Paul Kronak, and our CEO, Joel Brennan, flew out to New Jersey to meet with Les Paul. He's a hometown hero from Waukesha, and for over 10 years, Milwaukee have been trying to get an exhibit specifically dedicated to Les Paul and his advent of the electric guitar. Les said he liked the idea and helped create this exhibit as it is. It's set up in a very linear orientation where it begins with his childhood here in Waukesha, and then it progresses through the different stages of his life. There's a stage dealing with his early career as a performer, and later on with how he helped to invent the electric guitar. Last gallery, we have examples of where Les Paul's inventions have gotten us today. On the back wall, you see the process of making a Gibson guitar, starting with the raw materials, ending with the finished product. We also have celebrity autographed guitars showing people who have played the Les Paul guitars. Behind me, we have a guitar signed by the Eagles, one by Aerosmith, and one by John Seger. In the back corner, we have what's called a React table, and that is an interactive music exhibit in where you use different blocks to play musical notes automatically when you place them on the screen. Also, we have a sound tube. We all know that sound travels in waves, however, we can't see them. So what we have is we have an exhibit that uses a subwoofer to send a sound wave through a tube, and in that tube are foam balls. So as the sound travels in the wave, the balls line up according to that wave, and you can actually visually see the sound wave and how fast it travels. What we also have is an exhibit that shows how waves oscillate. Now, if you pull a guitar string, it vibrates, but you can't see the waves. So what we have a device that when you spin the drum, it only reflects back some of the light, so it appears as though the waves are going smaller. So when you do pluck the waves, you can actually see them vibrate at different frequencies. By stepping on the pedal, you can adjust the pitch of the waves.
For more information, visit Discovery World to learn about sound and the original music man, Les Paul.
Makes you want to grab a guitar and take some lessons, huh, Gavin?
I'm not sure about that one, Amanda, but let's check out the billboard for this week, and maybe something on there I actually can do.
Running a CNC machine takes skill and specialized training. Jerome Keenley gives us a story on CNC program which shows you how to set up and run a CNC machine.
This is part of the machine tool track, and the purpose of the CNC setup and operations program in particular is to prepare students to go out and be setup people. So they would be a person who can go to a company and be entry level, of course, but they'd go to a company and quickly learn how to set up that particular CNC machine and get everything running and get the first part out of production. And then from there, an operator would take over. So they are the skilled people who make the thing happen. And that's really essentially it. CNC is computer numerical control machining. So it's machines that cut metal essentially, but they can cut anything. And they are essential to industry. You can't be competitive without CNC because it's hundreds of times faster than manual machining and can do much more intricate work. The CNC Setup and Operations program is a one-year program, and in that one-year program, the students are rotated from 2 manual machines, the engine lathe and the milling machine, and then they go to CNC vertical machining, CNC turning, and they also do surface grinding. So they do 5 different machines in that one-year period. I mean, a loose analogy between manual machines and CNC machines is that on a manual machine might be sort of like a car with a manual shifting, whereas a CNC machine has automatic transition. So somewhat in that way, a manual machine, the students are cranking the handles with their hand. That's what gives the impetus to the tool to move through the part. On a CNC machine, the program controls the movement. So all the student had to do is sort of set it in motion, and then when they push the start button, it's like cruise control, and it takes over and does the work. As long as they've set it up properly, they'll get the good result. And so from CNC machine to CNC machine, the controls are quite similar. There's, of course, little idiosyncrasies and nuances to each control. There's many manufacturers who have little quirks to their own control or differences between controls, but essentially it does the same thing. Essentially it's made the same way. So, you know, it's just like a difference between 2 different cars and how the things are arranged, but it's still the same general idea. So, I mean, the essential difference between CNC and manual machines is that the CNC machine is controlled by the program instead of the operator controlling it, and the machine will do the work hundreds of times faster, and it'll do things that would be extremely difficult, if not impossible, for a person to do manually. So they really are, I mean, they've taken over probably 98% of machining is done by CNC.
Students in the machine, tool, and die track learn different skills on a day-to-day basis. These skills will help them in the future when they are needed. This is Jerome Keneally reporting for Stormwatch.
Now this is a topic I am familiar with. Some people learn faster than others. Other times you may need that extra boost to get going on an assignment. Jacob Fetke has the story about the tutoring program.
MATC offers a lot of good services for students. The tutoring service is one of the best on campus.
Tutoring services is a service for MATC college students, students taking college courses. And what we have are various ways to help students in their academic progress, to help them get better in their courses, to help them pass their courses. And assigned tutoring is when students set up an appointment with us and we arrange for the tutor, and the students come and meet with their tutor the same time each week. The other type of tutoring is peer group tutoring. It's also called SI, which stands for Supplemental Instruction. And that is where someone who's already taken the course has a small study group. And in that study group, students are free to come and come as many times as they want. That's not a requirement to show up each week at the same time.
Well, a lot of studies have shown that students who participate in regular tutoring get 1 to 2 letter grades higher than they would have if they hadn't gone to tutoring. And I think it offers support to students who might be struggling, to get them to keep coming to class and to get them to excel in that class.
The tutoring service helped me a lot. I was really afraid of math until I got into the tutoring service. It helped me understand it more. And I knew I needed to get help to succeed in what I was going for.
The tutors can help students with homework, any assignments, or just questions they have from their class, maybe help them prepare for a test. They go over any questions they have and work through problems with them. They're not supposed to teach the material, they're supposed to help them understand the material by going through it with them.
I think the tutoring is more convenient than asking the teacher, because the teacher is more on a time frame of moving along with the assignments compared to the tutor helping you with one specific question that you need, which the teacher needs to keep going. The tutor can be there for you.
If somebody wants to get tutoring from us, they simply would come to our center in C201 in the C building and pick up an application and fill it out, and we do our best to help find a tutor within about 2 weeks. If somebody wants to be a tutor, we welcome applications. We have various ways that this could happen for someone who is a student or someone who is a former student or a graduate.
If you've ever taken a course and gotten, I believe it's a B or better or C or better, you can become a tutor and tutor that same class. I think they're always hiring students, so it's a great job to have.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank Amanda Schmitz for joining us today. We leave you with our final story of our Fire Protection Technician Program, brought to you by Nathaniel Chardon. Thank you, and have a great day.
On camera.
Students, when they do graduate, they're very well prepared to be fire department members.
Get all the basics done, and then the departments will train them usually how they want to with their academy. But we send them out with the general knowledge, and that's what the departments are looking for.
Ron, I'm not going to let you die. And you're much smaller than Michael, right? Michael got through, right? Is there anything that Michael can do that you can't do? I knew you weren't going to get stuck, but you're too skinny. Okay? Alright? Yeah. Okay, you step out behind? Yeah.
The introductory classes is like a day in the life of a firefighter. What's it like to be a firefighter? Because a lot of our students don't know what it's like to be a firefighter. The first semester classes are building construction, fire protection systems, and the classes are sequential so that they build up on one another.
They start out as a regular firefighter EMT on just about any programs. Like right now, Madison is hiring, West Dallas is hiring, and then from there they'll work based on the need of the city. Right now it's really tough getting a job. I mean, there's only about 5 departments hiring that are in Wisconsin, and we have a good, I want to say 100, 200 students in this program.
The demand is tight, but for a student that's prepared, that's what the departments are looking for. So the students that follow our direction and get as many and take advantage of the many opportunities that we offer, the opportunities are very good to get hired.
Come on, boys, let's go. All right. Building's burning, people are dying.
Right in. Got a show. Right when you get in.
Today's class, again, it's sequential. It's building upon what they've learned at the beginning of the semester. They come into class not knowing how to don their protective gear or their breathing apparatus. Today is about the halfway point of the semester, and today they're doing one of the primary functions of the fire service, and that is search and rescue. What that does is it replicates students going into a burning building, looking for occupants of the building.
And again, they're all going to be blindfolded. They're going to have to be able to communicate to each other. There's 3 people to a team. It's going to be a rookie, an officer, and then a regular firefighter. The second man is the officer, and he'll be the one that's in charge telling everybody where to go and everything. But then the rookie, who's the first man, is going to have to tell them what he finds and how they're going to have to get around it, and just stay on that hose and try and find the end. I would definitely recommend the program. This is my last semester. I feel like I really learned a lot, and I'm on part-time at town of Raymond, which is south of Franklin, and I feel like I'm ready. Raymond's teaching me a lot because they go beyond of what we're taught here, and it's more hands-on, but the program, it helps out a lot.